Hey guys, so today I'm going to be coloring in a new dragon shapeshifter character that I made. I started drawing more and I thought I'd just film another process of one of them. Anyways, if you notice the white background, it's because I actually have this table now. This is actually a chest that I had a long while ago as a kid. It's basically when I was a kid. I am an adult now, but I never really changed out my furniture because my dad just kept all my old stuff for me. So basically, this old chest that I have. I can open it and put stuff in it. So right now I'm just using it as a table, but I might move over like a different table instead and then use that over here because right now I recently got a new computer desk table which I put right beside over here, which you can't see, but basically it's pretty big, but it's a standard adult size piece of furniture while everything else that I have is basically for kids, technically speaking, and I should be like swapping out, but I probably won't until later on. um but yeah, so I might switch around some tables in my room, so when I'm filming different videos, you might notice that the background might be different. So just a heads up of that. But yeah, I drew a Chinese dragon. Um, she is a water and she is a water dragon because Chinese dragons tend to be water dragons. So I have my marker stuff here. So I'm just gonna color in her shirt and stuff like that. Her outfit. The first thing I am going to use is. I haven't really thought about what color I was gonna use for her. I'm going to use I think I'll do like a grayish tone, kind of like storm clouds. So I'm gonna use WG2, and this is a warm gray, and I'm just gonna color in her shirt. Usually I come up with some ideas on the spot for like what colors I'm gonna color in the outfits, but sometimes I think of it really quickly and then I just end up using ideas I had before for coloring outfits. This time I didn't really think much about it. Like even her hair, I was like, what color should I color it in when I was doing that? Um, I think overall I was just a bit confused when it came to, because I wanted her to be like a traditional Chinese dragon where it's water, where she's like water based. So I ended up giving her gray hair because I think the contrast would be nice. Um, Usually I give like really brightly colored hair, but the issue is like if I give any warm colors, it might not look like water, so I ended up just giving her gray hair. I think it turned out well. It kind of reminds me of like the storm when it rains. So yeah. Um, it's funny because a lot of people think of gray hair as like old, but nowadays like there's some hair dyes that look really pretty and they're like a light grayish color. So yeah, I really think those hair dyes look nice. It's just that I don't dye my hair that color because my dad thinks it looks like old people hair, but it's not. It's actually a style too. have light gray for younger people now. But I used to dye my hair a whole bunch, and then I would do like a, but I would use like bright colors. I kind of toned down a bit because my hair is now just it's just my original black hair, and then I added some highlights which are I bleached my hair a bit, so it's kind of a little bit blonde, but that's it. It's like a golden color because my hair doesn't want to go any lighter than that. Because I tried bleaching the same spots again, because I wanted like a platinum blonde, and my hair just did not have that. So I ended up giving up on like trying to get like a platinum blonde. So right now I'm just coloring around her outfit, and the reason why I'm doing that is because I'm just going around to outline it first. For when I use the chisel tip, I'll be using it for the bigger surface areas, just because it helps with it helps with time. Also, if you use the chisel tip, one side is like the brush tip won't be ruined because you use it constantly. I kind of learned that as a trick for myself so that way I don't ruin my markers. The thing about this this marker though, I think I ruined most of it. So yeah, I'm just gonna switch back because apparently I ruined that one. Is I don't know why, but the size of the ink actually run out of markers quickly. Run out The size of the markers run out of ink quickly depending on which side you use most often. I guess for this one I kind of used a lot of the chisel tip already, so I'm just gonna have to stick with this. What I do is when I color around first, it kind of dries faster. So you can tell the difference between like the dry area and like the newly colored areas. So with that, I use that as a guideline for like shading. So normally certain places I want to shade anyways, especially like some parts that are like on the outside. So like closer to the side of the body. So I always end up just using that as a guideline for where to shade because the lines are more noticeable now, like that. I'm switching markers to WG4. This is still called warm gray, but it's just a shade of darker than the other one that I was using. So I'm shading around the hair where the hair lies on top of the clothing, so it's like the hair is on it, not just floating above it randomly. The only thing is, I'm kind of trying to learn how to draw more fit, like, female characters. Recently, I learned how to draw more fit, like, males, but the issue with, like, with me drawing female characters is, like, I always draw them skinny and they're not fit, so I kind of want to change that in terms of, like, learning how to draw different bodies better. They always draw the shirts a bit tight on the males, so that way you can kind of see how the body, like, the different definitions for their body looks. So I did that for her too. I didn't want to give her, like, a massive chest, because I wanted to do, like, different characters. So certain, like, different body types are, like, important to practice. So for me, it was like, I'm not gonna give her a massive chest. Like, not all my females need to have, like, huge chests. I feel like that's a mistake a lot of artists make when they're, like, drawing characters. They go for female body types that are the same body type over and over again. So I just like to kind of do, like, variations of body types, so that way it's, like, better to learn drawing everything rather than just one type. So your characters have, like, their own personalities and, like, their bodies don't all look the same. So for her belt, I'm gonna give her Y44, which is a fresh green. It says fresh green, but it's kind of like a goldeny yellow. So for her buckle, I'm gonna give her that. So that's her belt buckle, and then I'm gonna give her I haven't really thought about what colors to use because I'm just, like, thinking on the spot. But I'm going to give her a, let's see, BG53, which is a dark green. It's called turquoise green, but basically it's kind of it's a darker shade of green, and I'm going to use it than her skin tone that I used. And I'm going to use it on her belt. I think the most difficult part when, like, using markers is, like, in terms of blending, if you're, like, trying to do different patches of the skin like I did here, sometimes you'll run into issues where it's like there's, like, not really blending and it kind of looks choppy in certain ways. So what I did was, like, I tried to do, like, a natural, like, not just like a straight line for where I wanted the color to be changing, but like I didn't do my English. I didn't do, like, a straight line for where the color changes to like a different skin tone, like for the green and the blue. Instead, I did like a patch of like that looked more natural and wavy on her skin, so that way it looked like, oh, it's not just like a straight curve for like a specific part of her body, it's more kind of just naturally laying out. You can see like some parts are like more jagged because they're more like they're not like super sharp and crystal clear where the lines are. So yeah, I ended up not drawing out where the patches were. I just like used marker and colored it in. I was like, it has to look natural. It can't look very choppy, like, because then like if you do like if I just drew like a smooth curve here, it might look like it's too intentional and then it doesn't look like it's blended in. So what I did was I just did like a squiggly line, like it's not really defined well, so that way it kind of looks more like skin rather than just this patch that I put on her. Because sometimes it looks choppy and it looks like I clearly did it. So with this, I think I chose good colors too. Like it's also the colors. Like sometimes if you choose a really bright color next to a very mute color like a duller color, it might look too cheesy. So I am going to use BG52, which is deep green, and this is for shading in the belt. And then for her pants, I think I'm gonna do purple. I know it's random, and it's like the only thing that's gonna be like like super lightly colored. But I think purple is like a nice softer tone compared to other colors that I have. Because I'm not gonna use red or yellow, so I'm gonna use PB75, which is dark light blue. It's called dark light blue, but it's literally just it's basically the same thing as purple. It's like this. I think it's like a shade of blue, like a really dark shade of blue, but there's like red in it, so it becomes like purple instead. Trying to think about how it's mixed together to make this color. But yeah, I do apologize if I like stumble across my words. Sometimes I'm like trying to explain how to do something with marker, but then I'm like, I'm not good at explaining on the spot because I haven't thought it through yet, like how to say it. So I'm just like, wait, how do I explain this? So that's her pants, and then I'm going to color them, shade them in, not color them, with P82, which is light violet. This is basically the only other purple that I have, but it's technically the only purple that I have because that one was a shade of blue that just looks like light purple. So this one is actually like a purple. Yep, so this is my dragon all colored, and I don't know if I can get my stand higher. Sorry, it's shaky. But I wanted to show her horns too, because it's hard to see. But yeah, I basically gave her human ears. Sometimes I'll give them human ears, other times I'll give them like the dragon ear things. But this time I went for that, because sometimes I just choose randomly. So yeah, but this is basically what she looks like. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. My next video will be outlining her. Check out my description box below. All my social medias there. Her process work will be posted on there. So if you want to see like the sketch and stuff like that, I took a picture for that, and I will be uploading it on there. If you want to see other drawings of dragons that I did, they're all on my drawings playlist. Every single drawing that I do is on there, so you can check it out. Some things that are not on there, like if you want to see more dragon shapeshifters, you have to check out my actual you can check out my drawings playlist, because I do have a couple dragons on there, like the process work for them. But in terms of like how many there are, most of them I didn't do videos on, so you can look at like the past ones that I did on my social media too. All the links are in the description box below. Basically, it's just I used to not do videos of these guys, and then I started doing them, so now I'm thinking about doing it more often, like making the process videos for these, so you guys can see my process. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Bye!